eat in a day video. Now, despite the fact that we're in a car, it's not going to be one where I am eating out or anything like that. Honestly, I just am not hungry this morning, but I am forcing myself to eat something. So I have an apple, we're running errands, 0 points. I'm just taking it on the road because I'm not really hungry, but I don't want to, like, I need something for energy. So this is my kind of boring staple breakfast, but I do love it, an apple. So part of our errands that we just did was to go into See's Candy to buy some gifts. And by the way, this is like a very expensive giant peanut butter cup with Santa that looks amazing. And I am so proud of Eric because he made a really smart decision for himself. Sweets, for the most part, unless it's ice cream, I could say no to. He has a hard time. He loves See's Candy. So he stayed in the car so he wouldn't be tempted. He was thinking about sugar-free things, but he said no. He had a safety bubble around himself so he wouldn't be tempted. So I'm proud of him. Oh, we also got cards. I'm excited about these adorable Christmas cards. Oh, you can't see. They're puppies on them. We made it back home in time for lunch after running just a few errands. So I wanted to show you what what I'm starting to make for lunch. So I'm gonna have soup that I meal prep, and then I want to show you the packaging. These are the panini rustic rolls from Trader Joe's. It's 4 points, it's half baked, so mine, the one I'm going to eat, is in the oven currently. And look at the size. Guys, these rolls are so good, and I think they go great with soup, because with soup I want a nice crusty bread. Yeah, so that's part one. Alright, so before I tell you about my lunch, I just want to give a big shout out to my mom's friend. Oh, I think it's Leanne, but I'm not sure. Shoot, so a friend of my mom gave us this. It's like, it's to put your bowl of soup or whatever in the microwave so it doesn't get too hot. And I'm going to flip you over. So you guys probably know that I have my own handmade business. I love handmade things, and I have to say, like, this is one of the things we used most often, and I absolutely love it. Like, she gave us 2, we use it all the time. It's amazing, and I may be making them and giving them to like everybody else I know next year for Christmas or something. Spoiler alert if you can remember. But it is so awesome. So, and you wouldn't even think that you would need it, because I used to be like a sleeve girl, you know, like carrying it in, but it's so nice and so easy. So just telling you, I don't know why. Let's get back to the food. Alright, this is my lunch. It is going to be 8 points, 4 points for the soup, and it's a cup of soup, and 4 points for the bread. So I cut it in half because I wanted to show you. I hope you could see, like, I wish you could hear how crunchy it is. It's so good, and so it's just perfect, and it's a good amount of size, because I'll like take it and rip it apart and just like dunk it and let it soak, so it's kind of like a bread bowl but not. And then apple zero, of course. This is my butternut squash soup. I did this in a meal prep video recently, and the brown things that you're seeing on top that I'm just stirring, Amy, hello, use your brain, stirring around, is pumpkin pie seasoning, which is what is recommended. And it actually has gotten a little bit thicker since sitting in the fridge overnight, and it smells really good, and I can't wait to get into it and then let you know. So this is my 8-point lunch. So before I tell you about lunch, we just both wanted to get on here and to give a huge big thank you to Emily.
Yep, thanks. We got the card.
We love it.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it made us feel so special. We appreciate the time anybody takes to leave comments on our videos or to do the likes. And we do have a post or a P.O. box, and Emily was so kind to just make our day and make our Christmas that much better with a card. So yours is in the mail. Yep. Be on the lookout, Emily.
You should be getting it soon, hopefully.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to tell them about
Okay.
my food. You don't have to awkwardly stand there. Yeah, so thanks, Emily. You are awesome. Okay, so lunch. Let's talk about lunch. So it's been a little while since actually we ate lunch because we've been wrapping presents, putting things in the mails, stuff like that. But lunch was really tasty. I love butternut squash soup, but I realized I have only had butternut squash soup from one place, and that is the Boudin Bakery. And it was, I'm sure, not healthy in the slightest. It came in a great big sourdough bread bowl, and it was amazing. And so this recipe is really different than this, but it still is good and tasty. It's just different. And I was thinking about it because it wasn't what I was expecting. And so I was thinking about it, and then I just realized, oh, I've only had butternut squash soup made one ways. And when you think about like hamburgers, for example, like I've had a ton of different hamburgers, and I know of different ways to do hamburgers or pizza, or there's like tons of different ways to do the same thing, and this is just a different way. It's really good, and I highly recommend when you are eating it to have some sort of like crusty roll like I had. And what I did is like I broke the roll into pieces, like, and I threw them in, and I really covered them and really get it to like soak in, so it had the like essence of soup in a bread bowl, which I am a fan of, without actually having all those extra calories or what, you know, whatever points, I guess we should say. Yeah, so it was really good. It was really filling, and actually vegetarian. Totally didn't realize it, but no meat in that. I am a little bit bummed because I actually couldn't finish it all. I have been struggling, honestly, with not feeling very well for probably 4 to 5 days right now, and I don't know, it's all stomach issues. I'm really thinking that maybe in the new year I might have to go to the doctor and just get more like either allergy or whatever testing, because I just don't know. I just have a really sensitive stomach, so I am bummed. And for things like this, I never know. It's like, so technically I didn't finish. Does that mean I get a couple points back or not? So we'll just see. I might be a little bit lenient on some of the other points because I didn't get to eat all of my soup. I didn't get to eat all my bread or anything, which is such a bummer. Oh, and we are not pregnant, if that is what you are thinking. But that would be nice, but that's not where we are in life for that one. But anyway, yeah, so very clear, not, because I know we have families that watch this not expecting a baby at this point in time in life. Okay, yeah, so once again, lunch was really good, and I would really like to hear what you guys think, especially if you've had different kinds of butternut squash soup. Okay, talk to you later. It is snack time, and these are the two smallest pieces of the ones that I made. So I am just going to count them as one because these are the ham cheese twists that I made in the meal prep. Sorry, I had to think about that. That's why I was saying it was so slow. Anyway, so if you saw that, you knew that I did a terrible job at making it evenly. So I'm just going to have two of these small ones for 3 points, and it smells awesome. That snack, guys, it was so amazing. Please, I'm not even going to apologize. I'm totally going to plug the meal prep video that I did recently, because you need to see, number one, like the simple ingredients in actually all of the dishes, even the dinner that I was going to make. These were really simple ingredients. I didn't really have to get a lot from the grocery store, which was awesome. And it was so good. That is filling. Like, that is the type of snack I like. Like, it feels, well, first of all, it warmed up well, super well. Zapped it in the microwave really quick. Brought it back to life. It was awesome. And I liked that it had bread in it, which is my love. Like, it's definitely, and then the garlic mustard, whatever, added flavor to it. The ham brought some protein, and then there was cheese, so it felt decadent, and it was still point like, so good. So good. And if you watch the video, you'll see, like, it was a bit of a hassle. Like, I totally did some things the hard way, or things just were not cooperating. I would make it again next week if it works out in my schedule. That is a great snack, and I'm going to look for other things similar, because that so good. Anyways, so I guess I wanted to say maybe a little bit sorry, or kind of explain some things. So I just want to say sorry if my energy hasn't been so great lately. Like I said, I really don't know what's going on. Like, I don't feel sick, but my energy has been really low. I don't really have an appetite at all, and I am having I'll just say I'm not throwing up. I'm having the other stomach issues, and it's been going on for a while, but like, I don't really have any other symptoms, you know. But what has been happening is, because I'm having like, my appetite, I just don't have the appetite I usually do. Like, I'm definitely still eating, that's for sure. Like, there's not going to be a huge weight loss because I'm eating almost everything if I can. But it's more like, I'm one of those people that I totally did not understand. You know, the people who are like, oh, I just forgot to eat. Where it's like, you know how, like, some people are like, oh, I work through lunch. It's like, that is the most unrelatable thing I've ever heard. It's like, I don't understand. It's just not me. I don't understand people who could, like, just skip a meal. I don't. But I could have skipped breakfast, but the thing is that Eric is like, Amy, you, like, he's forcing me to eat breakfast because I really feel it, whereas I will get irritable, but also, like, my energy will just be so low, and it'll just be hard to focus and things like that. So anyway, so that's what's going on. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm hoping by next video it'll all be gone. But I really wanted to film this video because I wanted you guys to be able to, like, see my first impressions on these meals, because I was really excited about it in the meal prep when I was making it. So I wanted to make sure you guys got the first impressions. Anyway, so I am going to try to tell you something despite my, like, hazy brain. I did have a snack, so I'm hoping that I'll be a little bit more together than when I'm not eating a lot, because my tummy is giving me issues. So one thing I've been thinking about is I've been thinking a lot about, like, money and finances and things like that. And so I'll probably talk more about it in different videos, because I've been thinking about it a lot. And one thing that Eric and I have done since, I think it's the beginning of October, is we really don't buy anything for ourselves unless it is planned, except for groceries. Which I guess is technically planned. So yes. So I'll just leave it at that. And honestly, even before, with the exception of vacations, which we kind of, like, have an issue with spending when we're on vacation, specifically me, I have a hard time on vacation, or, like, any time when my routine is not regular, I have a hard time. We live a pretty simple life, and just these past couple months of us doing that, it's really made me realize kind of the things I don't want to spend my money on, which is interesting because I thought it would have taught me what I want to spend my money on. But it's made me realize some of the things I don't want to spend my money on. And for me, part of it is a lot of, like, beauty items or beauty things that aren't like my holy grails or whatever. And so I don't have a, well, I guess it's all relative, right? In my opinion, I don't have a huge collection because I just got into beauty maybe a year and a half or 2 years ago. Got into beauty, like started watching beauty YouTubers and try started doing different makeup things and like this. And so I was kind of feeling that way earlier this year too. And so what I tried to do is basically I stopped. I don't think I bought any makeup items except for like a replacement concealer or something. I don't, since maybe January, I think, before we went on our long road trip, January 2019. And so I do have a lot of items. And what I was doing before is I was just using like just the things that I liked. But now I'm kind of thinking that's like, you know what I might do is I might try to use up items regardless of how I feel about them and just try to think of different ways how to use it to make sure that I'm not being wasteful, because I feel like I do have a tendency of maybe thinking of things as a little bit more disposable than I want to. So I want to, not only do I want to be careful with what I'm spending, but if I spend and if I buy something, I really, really want to be thoughtful about it. And I don't want to buy things, if I could help it, that are easily disposed of for a lot of reasons. And I'm sure everybody can figure out whatever reasons there are. And so if I buy something and if I don't particularly like it, I want to be able to give it a good solid college try to use it, and maybe not even in like the original way that I would use it. Like I might want to try it a couple different times, and if I don't like it those couple different times, try to make me think of a different way of how to use it. Because, for example, what made me think about this is my sister-in-law, when we were over there, you know, the Laneige lip sleeping mask? Well, I really like it. And I got her one of those, and she actually uses it for a completely different reason. I won't tell her reasons or whatever, but she uses it a different way, and it works really well for her. And that just got me thinking, it's like, you know what? I bet I am sitting on some different things where it's like, where I could use it and I could like it for a specific, maybe for a different way, or just be more creative about my things. So I think that's what I want to do, is I really want to take a look at different things that I already have, and I want to almost kind of force myself to use things up and to be creative about it, to not only like obviously not have things go to waste, which is a big priority, but also I want to help myself with my mindset about my money and what I'm purchasing and where things are going. And I just want to try to be smarter about, I want to try to be smarter about my money, and I'm trying to think of different ways on how to help that, because it's one thing just putting yourself on a budget, right? That's pretty simple. But sometimes I want to change the way I think about it, you know. And so I'm just throwing that out as a thing that I'm going to try to do, to maybe try to appreciate the things I have more, or add value to the things that I already have. So I hope that made sense. And if you have any if you guys had anything that really helped or that you really liked that you did yourself, to just get yourself in a right headspace about money, please let me know, because I'm really curious, because money is just it's so simple, and yet it's so complicated at the same time. You know, like, it's just money, but it's not just money at the same thing. That's what I'm thinking of. I really hope it makes sense. Thanks for sticking with a low energy video. I really hope that I didn't sound like a crazy person so far. But yeah. Okay, I am going to also see if this Diet Coke will help me with this afternoon. Hey guys, so it's time for dinner and I am going to have my meal prep for dinner, but I'm really excited because I'm going to be making a side. This is kind of, I'm trying to recreate the zucchini Parmesan things that I tried at Olive Garden, which were so good. So let me show you the first step. So I got a zucchini, and what I did was like I cut the ends off, then I cut it in half long ways, or that way. I don't know which way that is. Then I also sliced it in half, like that. And then, whoops, that was loud. And then I really, you know how much I love this little cutter thing that I have. So all I do, this is to protect my finger, is I'm just sliding it. And look at these like awesome strips that I'm going to have. So I already sprayed my pan. So I am just going to cut how many ever strips I want and then place it. And then I'll just add a little bit of salt and pepper.
And Parmesan cheese.
No, I'm going to make a mixture. This is just step one.
Oh, sorry.
Eric thinks he knows everything, so.
Oh my gosh.
Just kidding, just kidding. Okay, so we'll come back for the next part. Alright, so what I did for this next step was in a little bowl, I mixed 1 tablespoon Parmesan cheese, 1 tablespoon panko breadcrumbs. I think this is the Aldi brand. I'm not sure. Along with a medley of spices. So I just kind of eyeballed and shook the spices in. So I used garlic, onion, basil, and oregano, and I mixed it together to have this mixture. So the only thing I accounted for points for this whole thing is going to be the 1 tablespoon of Parmesan cheese, which is 1 point, and then 1 point for the panko, so 2 points. And then I'm not really sure technically how much this mixture is going to make. I put 6 slices. If I could get a few more slices, I'm going to put them in because I cannot tell you how amazing this was. So this is just me eating it, so honestly I'm just going to use my hand. So if this grosses you out, understandable. I understand where you are. So I am going to make it like a little bit thicker because honestly it was really nice and thick when I had it over at Olive Garden. Alright, I'll show you what I do next. Okay, so 6 of these little slices that I made actually ended up being the perfect amount for the covering. So all I did was I tried to evenly-ish put it on there, and then I just used some spray and I sprayed the top. The reason for this is because I would like to try to get it brown on it. So I'm going to broil this because what I'm kind of having this tentatively be like is, you know, like when you make your own Parmesan bread, like you just have bread, then you put some butter, Parmesan cheese, garlic that Eric and I used to love. I'm going to kind of try to cook it like this for a healthier version. And yes, I'll just broil it till it's done. Ta-da! At least my zucchini, I think, kind of looks similar to the Olive Garden kind. So we shall see. One thing it is, I might actually not broil it next time because I feel like maybe I would just cook it on a higher temperature because I felt like the cheese got burnt, or not burnt, but like done really, really fast. So here's the zucchini, and then under this tablespoon of Parmesan cheese, I have the slow cooker chicken pasta that I meal prep. Yeah, so I'm really excited about this dinner. 7 points for the pasta, 2 points for the zucchini, and then 1 point for the extra added Parmesan cheese. So 10 points, and I don't know about you, but this looks like a lot of good food for 10 points. Hey, so dinner is done. And let's start off with the pasta. So the pasta was good. You know what I really liked about it? I liked how creamy it was because I feel like there aren't a ton of like Weight Watcher food items or whatever that like really is creamy, but that is really creamy. It has a little bit of a kick, but it's really not overpowering at all, and I'm sure you could adjust it based on how much of the hot stuff you put in it. So yeah, it was, you know what I liked also? It was definitely different. Like I don't think I've ever tasted Actually, I don't know if I've ever had spicy pasta, or it wasn't that spicy, to be honest, at all. Yeah, but it was good. It was creamy. I couldn't finish it all. It was like, it was a portion. So a portion is 1 1/3 cup, and I probably had a cup's worth of it, to be honest. I believe my points came out to 21 out of 23, so that's within the healthy range, which is on it. But let's talk about the thing I'm excited about. Pasta was solid, but the zucchini, it was so good, and it was fast, and it was easy, and it uses like really inexpensive ingredients, but like that had flavor. I would say I'm going to try to like perfect it just a little bit, because I would like the topping, I don't know. I would just like the bottom part to be cooked a little bit differently. So I'm going to have to think about it. But honestly, it was good. I'm just being nitpicky. Like if you cooked it just like how I showed you, it's going to be really good. And like I said, like, you know that I really struggle with vegetables, and I just like, I really want to get into the habit of enjoying vegetables more. And this is a way to do it. Oh, and I had the butternut squash soup, so that's another way. I am killing it on vegetable. Dang. Guys, this meal prep, if you add the zucchini, is good. Oh, I don't know if you could tell either, but the pasta that I made, it has zucchini in it, which is why I had more zucchini just lying around, because I knew I wanted to experiment with it. So that went really well. Yeah, it was a great day. Alright, so for the meal prep videos, I want to, for the what I eat in the days where I'm kind of rating, I want you guys to know, the ham and cheese twist roll-up things I am absolutely making again, and I'm going to try different, like, I'm going to try to use that as often as I can, because that was amazing, and I would eat it on a regular basis. The butternut squash soup, definitely good, totally grew on me, like, as I was eating it. I think I would make that seasonally, because this, honestly, it seems more like fall, but it's winter right now. I guess technically it might still be fall. I don't know. I don't know the weird weather or seasonal dates. So the butternut squash soup, I would make again seasonally. The pasta, while it was good, other than, sadly, chicken Alfredo from Olive Garden, I'm not a huge pasta fan. And there's this one other pasta at Disney World that I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, other than a few things here and there, I'm not a huge pasta fan. So I could do without it and just be fine, but that's just because I'm not like super into pasta. But it was really good. And if you like pasta, and if you like creamy pasta with a little bit of a kick, I think you'll really like this. All of these meals ended up being really economical, especially considering if you're planning on eating this multiple days, because like the soup made a lot of soup, the twist made 12 of those twist things, and then the pasta, I know there's no way I'm going to be able to finish it. My mom sometimes does spicy things, sometimes doesn't, so I don't know if she'll have some. I really wish I had someone down here that I could be like another friend or another person that I could have help eat my food. That's the hard part, is when you and your husband or you and the rest of your family not eating the same thing. Sometimes, even if you try really hard to eat your leftovers, sometimes there's just too much, you know, but part of the learning process. Anyway, I am ending this video on a great note. Like, I just feel so excited about that zucchini. It was great. Alright, well, since I'm being weird with my thumbs up, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and press the subscribe button. And I don't know why I should have you guys comment. Just say hey if you want to say hey, or don't if you don't feel like it. Alright, thank you for watching. Bye.